Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stockton University as we have the final regular season game tonight between the host Atlantic City AC and the First State Midnight Riders. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Narducci, and a lot of interesting developments in the League for Clubs since we last talked to you. Atlantic City FC has clinched the first spot in the Southern Division of the Northeast Conference and thus will be hosting a playoff game right here at Stockton Wednesday night at 7:30. They will be playing the second-place team from the Northeast North Division, FC Monmouth, which lost today to Met Oval Academy. Met Oval is the top seed. We still don't know who Met Oval will be playing because First State, if they beat Atlantic City tonight, will get that second spot. If a tie or a loss, then the second-place team is Kensington. So if you have all that, and we'll talk about that as the game goes on. So this game, standings-wise and all, doesn't mean much for Atlantic City. So we're going to see probably a lot of substitutes from Coach Andrew Catalana. Let's get to the starting lineups. First, for First State, with a 3-5-1 record, coached by Douglas Cunningham. Up top, it'll be Yoshiki Fujisawa, Kai Akaimoto, and Shantara Morimoto up top. Sora Watanabe, Sam Harrison, who's really the defensive leader of this team, and Dudai Seki in your midfield. Fuma Okawa, Fulkai Imura, Till Rauch, and Jesse Hospitals in the back line. And in goal is the former Wilmington College keeper, Jackson Brandween. For Atlantic City, it'll be Ryan Maroney in goal. He'll probably only play a half in this game. In the back, Kobe Plaza, Zach Webb, and Tyler Wagner. James Cahill, Darian Bradshaw, Daniel Gonzalez, and Aiden McGuigan in the midfield. Also, Uchiwo Kacha, Drew Heil, and all the way up top is Alex Lawrence. Your referees tonight, Owen Ogden in the center. AR2 is Vladimir Romanchuk, AR1, Kyle Wilsbach, and the fourth official is Connor Wilsbach. It's a beautiful night here at Stockton. Game time temperature 77 degrees. As always, though, Atlantic City FC will be kicking into the sun for at least a part of the first half. Atlantic City FC in the white uniforms, the green uniforms for First State. And as we said, this is a do-or-die game for First State. They need to win to reach the postseason in the Southern Division of the Northeast Conference. Kensington right now has 12 points, First State with 10. And we're off. By the way, we have to notice Ryan Cleary, who's been one of the best defenders in this league for Atlantic City FC, has the night off, is not here tonight. Expected to be back. As here's Lawrence now going in. Lawrence with the pass inside. And the sun is really, really tough as we'll have a corner kick. For Atlantic City, James Cahill, who's had such a big season this year for Atlantic City. And these balls are going right into the sun. Atlantic City still with possession. It's Cahill, and he could not keep that, so it'll be a throw on the near side. Atlantic City looks like it's going to put some pressure on to try to make it very difficult to get the ball out. That's off Gonzalez that time. He was defending Kinchin Akamoto. There's Akamoto again. He's going to a guy, Till Rauch, who's really going to be a key guy in the back. Kick back to Maroney. They were trying to feed Dudai Seki, who's been a little dangerous scorer for this team. Drew Heil making his first start, his second game for Atlantic City AC. He played in that 2-2 draw with Kensington and really played well, the former Washington Township standout. That was stolen away that time by Akamoto. Excellent stick by McGuigan. And we have a push there. Looks like they're going to call that on number 5, Sam Harrison. So lining things up is Zach Webb. Oh, no. No. That'll be Perlaza instead. Cahill. So adept at going down that flank. Lawrence trying to keep possession. Now switching fields. Webb just inside midfield. McGuigan with a good kick back there. Perlaza feeding Cahill on the flank. Cahill working his way down. Crosses inside and just kicked out that time. That was Shuntaro Morimoto kicking it out, and it'll be Uche Wokacha on the corner kick. So opening pressure here by Atlantic City. Now, even though this doesn't mean anything in the standings, head coach Andrew Catalana said, hey, we're in this to win it. That one went a little bit too far. Lawrence with the header. Perlaza keeps it in. And they're going to Seki down the flank. And it'll still be First State's ball. Jesse Hospitalis on the throw. Hospitalis again. First State still with the pressure. Harrison inside. Shot, save Maroney. That shot was drilled that time by Kinchin Akamoto. Maroney with the save. Bradshaw now. A lot of pressure. This team will high press a lot. Seki. They're looking to go out to the flank, but a good ball. Tyler Wagner, number 4 for Atlantic City, on the intercept. One thing Atlantic City will try to do is get number 17, Drew Heil, in space. 18, Fuma Okawa, and stolen by Wokacha. Wokacha, Lawrence, going in on goal. Lawrence, shot, just wide. And they're saying that keeper Jackson Brandween did not get a piece of it, so it'll be a goal kick. Excellent feed that time. I'll tell you, Alex Lawrence has made a lot of things happen since he's been playing for the team last couple of games. That was good footwork that time by 7, Shintaro Muramoto. Moroni makes the catch. So what we're seeing, this is a really finely conditioned First State team because they love they love to press up top, and they usually don't let up doing that. On the far side, Gonzalez. And Lawrence offside. So we're seeing, as we said, the high press by First State. Remember, this is a team that's got to gamble for scores. Wagner on the header. Cahill. Heil. Trying to go inside. Cahill. Cahill going in. And again, the keeper, Brandwein, making the stop. Still pressure. McGuigan inside. And the ball finally cleared by Rouch. Tremendous pressure by Atlantic City. Here comes Heil. You know, he can break defenders down. He does a great job of that. Secchi. Kicked the ball up, and chasing it was Muramoto. Number 7 has 3 goals on the season. Bradshaw, back to Webb. Offside, it was Lawrence. First State doing a nice job with that offside trap. Rouch on the free kick. Akamoto has his hand up there. He's calling for it. Not sure he's going to go deep, and now he doesn't. He went short to Sora Wanatabi. Rouch on the chip. Lawrence. Stolen away by First State, and there's Heil. Heil almost found himself with a break, but a good play by Fulkai Imamura. Rouch again. Secchi, number 8. We'll see him control the ball a lot. Rouch. Keeping it in that time was number 18, Fuma Okawa, but Moroni right there. You keepers watching Moroni that time, excellent job getting down. That ball's stolen now. And kicked out. It's going to be a corner kick for First State. Hospitalis on the corner. Up now they're going to change that. Fuma Okawa will be taking the corner. And just about everybody coming up for First State. No score in the 12th minute. And that ball goes out. That was a dangerous play that time. Player down. I'm hoping it's just a cramp there. And they're going to call the medical crew out. It's a good time to talk about some of our sponsors. Archer Griner PC, scoring legal wins for over 95 years to keep our team on the pitch. ACX1 Studios, capturing every epic Aces moment, making our victories shine on screen. Atlantic Fieldhouse, fueling fitness and sports passion for a community that's always game ready. By the way, try saying fueling fitness 10 times. Tilton Fitness, our official training partner, building player strength at Tropicana. Every rep's a goal closer. Player limping off. I do believe that was Fulkai Imamura, number 80. They have not replaced him yet. Over on the sidelines. Moroni, nobody coming up. We talked about the high press. It's certainly not there. So on the far side, it'll be First State with the throw. Big head by Wagner that time. Heil on the steal. Yeah, we talk about Heil's offensive play, but doing a great job defensively coming back there was number 17. Gonzalez. Wagner. Looking for Heil down the left flank. Heil keeping control. Gets it back to Cahill. Now they're building up the attack. Bradshaw. Gonzalez, we know he's got a rifle shot. Bradshaw again, he was double teamed that time, and that ball goes off Atlantic City, so it'll be a throw on the near side by First State. Watanabe on the throw. Good chest trap by Bradshaw. How about that? Bringing that ball down, keeping control. Here comes Gonzalez, who's been playing a little back tonight. Watanabe. Good steal that time by Secchi. Secchi's been so active, number 8. Bradshaw fighting for it. Here's Secchi again. And Zokawa, he was looking for number 7, Morimoto. But a nice job by Uchiwo Kacha on the steal. We haven't seen the high pressing a lot here tonight that we expected to from First State. Of course, it's tough to do it for 90 full minutes. Gonzalez trying to get a break there. Cahill looking to cross it in. Heil shot. Score.
Aces goal.
Drew Heil with his first goal for Atlantic City in the 18th minute.
Aces goal scored by number 17, Drew Heil. Drew Heil, aces goal.
Nice work by Gonzalez. And the Aces lead it 1-0. Atlantic City, by the way, on Wednesday had a really impressive 3-0 win over Braveheart in New York. Before that, the last game that we did was that 2-2 tie with Kensington, and what a back and forth affair that was. So if you're First State, you're down by a goal, but here's Heil again. And kicked away by Brandwein. Good head by Perlazzo back there, as he had number 9, Akamoto, who was looking for that ball. Now we're seeing more of a high press here. A lot of defensive pressure by First State. Gonzalez. Well, that could have been a dangerous pass back to Maroney. Again, being very patient. Bradshaw will take his time here and go back to his keeper. Stolen, but then Wokacha got a piece of it and got it out of there. McGuigan just taps it. Rouch may have gotten away with a little push in the back there, but play on. McGuigan on the steal, but look at this pressure by First State. First State, wait, save! Maroney, and it's in. That was number 9, Kinchin Akamoto. And he's been dangerous in the 20th minute. And we're all tied at 1.
First State goal number 9, Kinchin Akamoto.
So First State, which, again, a tie does no good, really upped the pressure, and it paid off. And they're doing it again here. Gonzalez on the header. Well, that's an excellent tackle that time by Secchi. Still, look at this pressure that First State is putting on. Wagner. Maroney just has to get rid of it. Lawrence got his head on that ball. Lawrence doing a nice job, but again, Brandwein kicks it away. Gonzalez on that header. First State on the attack again. Rouch. No one's on him. On the chip. And Maroney comes out as Dudai Seki was on the doorstep. Seki number 8. Akamoto number 9 have been very dangerous. Bradshaw trying to get the ball out. And kicked away that time by Webb. Boy, again, it's First State on the attack. That was a big header out there by Webb. We have player down. I believe that is Bradshaw. Boy, what a season Darian has had. This year for Atlantic City. We're all tied at 1, 23rd minute here at Stockton. Chance to talk about more of our sponsors. Casino Reinvestment Development Authority, kicking Atlantic City's growth forward and cheering our aces to glory. Official Flicks, snapping Galloway's finest shots, freezing every goal and tackle in epic photos and videos. Bradshaw jogging to the sidelines. Again, remember, since this does not have any bearing for Atlantic City playoff-wise, I think a lot of the regulars, such as Bradshaw, maybe won't be playing as much. Atlantic City clinched first place, 17 points, 5-2-2. Kensington right now in second, 3-4-3 with 12. They're finished their schedule. First State, 3-5-1 with 10 points. But this pressure is really bothering Atlantic City. Now Cahill looking to make something happen. That's a tough job retaining possession of that ball. Branween lining things up for the goal kick. Big clear that time, but Perlaza was able to get it, and it's a good thing he did because Akamoto was right on him. Wagner on the far side with the throw for Atlantic City. Bradshaw back in there. That's good to see him. Lawrence. Heil. Heil with the shot, hit the post. Oh, man. What a rifle shot by Drew Heil. So Heil has one goal and almost got himself a second. Branween on the goal kick. That's a big kick that time. Perlaza with the header. Webb. And nice control there by Seki. He was trying to go to number 10, Kaisei Nagashi, on the left flank. And it'll still be Okawa on the throw on the near side here for First State. Okawa. Cleared away by Wagner. Boy, that was a good job by Hospitalis keeping that ball in for First State. But here comes Wagner. Little physical play there. It'll be a free kick. Hospitalis is claiming innocence. Tyler Wagner, the product of Clearview. Now at Westchester University. Switching fields. Webb. Nice little move there by Webb. Cahill. And the offside flag was up there. Harrison. I think we'll be seeing Harrison charging up more on goal as the game goes on. That's a good job that time by Akamoto, number 9, who won that head ball. Okawa on the cross. Not out. Bradshaw trying to clear it. That's a great job with the body control that Bradshaw had. Did not allow to get in. And here comes Heil. Oh, man, does he have a quick first step? But the keeper, Jackson Brandween, who's got a big foot as we've seen. Trying to go to the left side. Okawa was going for it. McGuigan on the defensive play, and it'll be Atlantic City's throw. Aiden McGuigan coming back. Had he not gotten that, Okawa had some room. Gonzalez on the steal. Atlantic City's done a great job of working that left side, especially with Cahill, and letting him carry. It's been so effective doing that all season. Cahill, the Drew University product. Bradshaw, he doesn't hold the ball long, as we always say, but he's accurate. There's Heil. You know, Heil's done a good job of coming back and getting the ball and then finding that open space. Here's Wokacha. He's got a little room. Gonzalez. Cahill on the flank. Heil. Nice chip there. Lawrence. Lawrence on the fake. Has 2 men to beat. And Perlaza had Akamoto right on his back. Bradshaw. First State continues to high press ever since that first Atlantic City goal. First State has really put the heat on defensively. It paid off. It helped lead the way to the first goal. Wokacha looking for Cahill. But Harrison kicked it back, and now he's going to move up. As we said, he's a guy that likes to move up. McGuigan on the intercept that time. Secchi goes back. Secchi again. Look at him move. And Heil took him down. Dudai Secchi has been all over the field. Number 8 has. For First State. It'll be Shuntaro Morimoto now on the free kick. Or will it be? Rauch is also there, but no. It'll be Morimoto. And Rauch is now going in. He's obviously a threat in the air as well, so you've got to watch 34. He's taking his time on this one. All but one field player moving up. And that goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Atlantic City. Maroney lining up the goal kick. Ryan, of course, a member of St. Joe's University, played on a state championship team at Sterling. We're all tied at 1 in the 34th minute. In a game First State needs the win to get into the playoffs. Wokacha. Beautiful pass in there to Lawrence. Lawrence shot just wide. And again, they are saying that Jackson Brandween did not touch that, so it'll be a goal kick. Harrison. They've had a lot of success working that right side, now coming more to the middle. Seki. Rauch. Akamoto, and that time, Webb cleared it away. Wait, a nice job by First State on its short passing game. Lawrence now goes back, and Seki doing an excellent job coming back and getting the ball back to Brandween. Now, a little pressure by Atlantic City forces First State to go back. Harrison on the outside. Long ball. And actually, Akamoto, number 9, got his head on that ball, but it went the other way. He won the head ball. Been a very competitive first half. Perlaza. Boy, Cahill has been open on that left side a lot of this first half. Heil from Cahill. Heil going in. Score! Drew Heil with his second of the game, and it's 2-1 Atlantic City.
Aces goal. Aces goal scored by number 17, Drew Heil. Drew Heil with the Aces goal.
36th minute, the goal was scored, and it's 2-1 Atlantic City. Boy, great work up there by Cahill and Wokacha, and So Drew Heil, in his second game for Atlantic City, has his second goal. You know, it's interesting. He was playing in the first game that he played, that 2-2 draw with Kensington. He was playing more as a midfielder. Tonight he's playing more up top, and he has been dangerous. Wokacha looking to go inside. Split a couple defenders. Wokacha with the left foot. I don't know if he was trying to shoot that or pass it over to McGuigan. But either way, it's Brandwein with the ball. You know, Lawrence has been doing an outstanding job pressuring the defense. There's Okawa. Could not get his foot on the ball, so it'll be Webb chasing it down. Well, we've had a good one here in the first half. McGuigan. Okawa. Look at McGuigan that time, keeping the body control but not fouling. And that's off Okawa, so it'll be a throw on the near side by McGuigan. Perlaza. That's a difficult pass right there as Akamoto putting on a lot of pressure. There's Heil. Again, we talked about 17 coming back and getting the ball, but now here comes First State. Secchi kept that ball alive. Cross in. There's Webb on the head ball out. And what a blast that time by Okawa, number 18. Fuma Okala. I don't think Maroney expected that, and we're all tied up. '40th minute. That was an absolute laser, and that's a tough ball to hit. He struck that as a bouncing ball. And First State back in the game and applying more pressure. Again, that shot is wide. And the pressure has been relentless. That time, that shot by Sora Watanabe. A lot of these players on First State have played for Wilmington College, Division II school.
First State goal scored by number 15, Watanabe.
I thought it was 18. I thought it was 18 on the goal. They called it Watanabe. We'll check it. Heil. And a nice job by Okawa. Perlaza being chased by number 15, Sora Watanabe. Cross inside. There's Maroney. Consistent pressure by First State. Heil. Kicked away that time by Perlaza. Oh, the pressure's relentless. Okawa got his foot on that ball that time. Maybe a little too much passing that time by First State in some tight corners. Okawa on the steal. He'll have the throw. Okawa looking to go inside. That ball was saved in there. First off by number 10, Kaisei Nagashi, and then 27, Jesse Hospitalis on the shot. A dangerous scoring opportunity for First State. Boy, again, First State retains possession. Perlaza. And how many times have they had to go back to the keeper because of the relentless high press by First State? Okawa kept that in again. Maroney. Again, Rouch kept it in, but there's Heil. He was looking to go to the left side there to Cahill, but the ball too far. Wokacha with a little pressure. Brandween. Lawrence. And Heil, or excuse me, Cahill almost intercepted that one, but Brandween gets it back. We're now in stoppage time. Here in the 2-2 first half. Wagner with a big header. Gonzalez. Oh, Heil almost headed that by Okawa, got a piece of it. Seki. Hospitalis got that ball up there. Kick too far. Maroney will keep it in. Going for Heil, who got his head on it. Lawrence with the chest trap. Heil. Heil still with possession. It'll be a throw. Wokacha has a long one. This will feel like a corner kick. As you notice that Webb is now moving up from the back. Wilcacha will make the long throw. Webb. And kicked away by Harrison. We're in the 48th minute now. We're tied at 2. Can't be a whole lot of time left here in the first half. We're in stoppage time. Wagner. Lawrence on the steal. Gonzalez. McGuigan going down the right side. Nice pass inside there to Lawrence. Lawrence trying to turn the corner. Inside there. Shot. Wilcacha on the header. Scores.
Aces goal.
Excellent pass. That time by
Aces
Lawrence.
goal scored by
Wilcacha.
Uche Wilcacha, number 10 with the aces goal.
In the 48th minute, and it's Atlantic City 3-2. We're seeing fast break soccer. Here comes First State again. And that's it. In a very entertaining first half, Atlantic City
At the half, the Aces
leading First State 3-2. We'll be back for the second half in a bit.
Of course, great time to pick up some snacks at our concession stand. Also, merch available for you as well. Support your
And welcome back as we get started for the second half with Atlantic City leading First State 3-2. An action-packed first half. Drew Heil started things off, scoring in the 18th minute, but then Akamoto tied it up a couple minutes later before Heil made it 2-1 in the 36th minute. Then Fuma Okawa on the 40th minute on an absolute laser off a bouncer. And then Uche Wakacha on an outstanding pass that he received from Alex Lawrence, headed the ball in stoppage time, and that's where we are, 3-2. And we're going to have several substitutions, I know, for Atlantic City right off the bat. First up, it looks like Zach Maddock is going to be in goal. Justin Chekanekio coming in as well. Owen Edwards, I see him in the huddle. And again, Andrew Catalana, the head coach, wasn't going to go with a lot of his regulars for a long period of time because of having that game Wednesday, the Northeast Conference semifinal right here at Stockton against FC Monmouth. And also, we're getting our first look this year. He was a familiar player last year, number 8, Yaya Cisse for Atlantic City. It looks like he's lining up and playing in the back. So plenty of substitutions coming into the game for half number 2. But as Andrew Catalana said, no matter who's in there, they're playing this game to win. Doesn't matter that it doesn't mean anything in the standings. Atlantic City has already clinched first place
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your
in the Northeast Conference South Division.
Aces.
And we're off. One new player in is number 33, Yoshiki Fujisawa for First State. Good play by Webb as he got his foot in there that time. Throw on the far side by First State. Blocked by Wagner that time as lining things up right near the goal was Kinshin Akamoto, the person who scored the first goal. And we're going to have a corner kick now for First State. All but 2 field players are up for this corner kick. Headed out by Edwards. Ball kicked out, so it'll be a throw on the far side for Atlantic City. I believe that was Watanabe on the corner kick. You'll have to excuse a little bit. These numbers are a little difficult to see for First State. And the offside flag up there, that's an obvious one. So Heil with the 2 goals who made that chip pass. Still in the game. Of course, Heil's going to be attending Rider University. He'll be freshman this year, took last college season off. And he and Danny Gonzalez are from Atlantic City AC are going to be playing for the Bronx. Gonzalez played last year there.
Some kind of plaque at the park there saying, first undefeated team in Al's history. They were really good. They were fun to watch. They were good. They bought all that property down. Yeah.
Now it'll be Atlantic City on the throw.
Yeah. Good though. I like it. Like I said, I wish we were seeing it. Oh.
Hospitalis on the clear.
Definitely enjoyed it there more than we enjoyed other places, that's for sure.
Heil that time, got the ball. Wagner looking to chip in. Lawrence still in the game. Lawrence with a big first half. Had that assist on Wokacha's goal. Not surprising, Wokacha, one of the starters who's out. Now remember, Atlantic City's had a couple Wednesday, Saturday games in a row. So there's a good chance to give some of the regulars a little bit of a breather. Cecchinecchio got his foot on that. Gonzalez, by the way, still in the game for Atlantic City. Wagner made the clear that time. That was a long pass by Rauch. Edwards just got his foot on that ball, and it's a good thing because 33 Fujisawa was right there and could have walked in on the goal. Harrison makes the play. That's a good body work by him to keep possession of the ball. Morimoto trying to pass inside, and another nice job by Seki getting his foot on that ball and keeping the possession. Harrison looking to make a move. Very composed with the ball. And the shot that time, I believe that was by Kaisei Nagashi. Zach Maddock, into the game, makes his first save. Nagashi, number 10, been very, very dangerous. Akawa on the throw from the far side. Akawa again on the throw. Cisse with the big head. Look at Heil, how he shields the ball. Oh, that's a dangerous pass. That is a dangerous pass in there. Ball goes out. Corner kick, First State. Atlantic City fortunate that First State didn't walk in on goal. I believe that's Imamura on the corner. Looks like more substitutions are coming in the game. Looks like Alex Lawrence is going out.
Happened in Owen's freshman year. I remember that. They
Ryan Gale,
tried in the beginning of the year. They were like 5 on him. And then
one of the players coming in for Atlantic City, the Triton product.
off, and he was getting
And also
playing as much. I'm like, you're a freshman.
Andrew Beeler, wearing number 33,
You're a freshman. Remember,
is in the game.
they have to bring him back almost like
And our first look at Atakan Odomir, formerly of Glassboro High School.
so you used to playing all the time at a high level, right? Playing at a high level.
Watanabe blocked. Boy, First State is putting on plenty of pressure, but this will be a goal kick. Ryan Gale, who just came into the game, had a great game Wednesday night at Braveheart in New York. He had 2 assists and really made a lot happen. Harrison. Inside, Cisse with the header. You notice First State is not wasting too much time. Watanabe. Ball chipped in, Maddock. Was trying to get to Odomir. Once again, First State putting on a lot of pressure. Chipping in, and it's off Atlantic City. And it's going to be a corner kick. Relentless pressure here by First State. All but one player back defensively for Atlantic City on this corner kick. Oh, that time, Watanabe banged in with referee Ogden. Uh-oh, there's a shot. Maddox save! From point blank range. I believe that was number 33, Yoshiki Fujisawa, on the shot. Maddox with a tremendous save there. It's been all First State here. Akamoto crosses in, and again, another corner kick. Looks like that's Folkai Imamura on the corner. Everybody up for First State, making a run here. Ball headed out by Jesse Haspadalis. who, by the way, was unmarked there and right in front of the goal. Good work there by Watanabe. Edwards tries to kick it out, and he actually kicks it, and it's going to be a corner kick. Looks like Akawa, who scored goal number 2 today, will be taking this corner. Zach Maddock, always aggressive on these corner kicks, but it has been pressure. It's interesting that First State has everybody coming back, and then they're going to charge in on the goal. It looked like Gonzalez got his head on that ball. Shot! Blocked. That was Akawa, and again another corner. You know, if you put this kind of pressure on, you're eventually going to score. Imamura with the corner kick for First State. Ball headed out by Webb. And now Maddock has it. I think he might be better off. I'm not a big proponent of just booting it out, but with all this pressure, he might be better off doing this. Maddock with a big foot. Cecanecchio back to Webb. Maddock again. Yeah, Maddock can actually kick it, I think, further off the ground. Edwards getting up for that head ball. But it's off number 18, so. And again on that throw, Jesse Haspet-Dallas taking a few liberties, moving up a little further. Bowler to Gale. Bowler getting an outstanding slide that time by Sam Harrison. In a very dangerous scoring situation for Atlantic City. Edwards now on the throw. Cecanecchio. Cisse. Webb. Again, you have to watch these back passes, especially with the way this team is high pressing. Look at Gale hustling to try to get that ball, but Brandmean kicks it away. Jackson Brandwein again. Watanabe. And Cecanecchio doing a great job coming back defensively and getting a piece of that ball, and it went back to Maddock. Harrison on the clear. Fujisawa on the cross. And that's going to be a throw-in for Atlantic City. on the far side. It's a tremendous work rate by First State, just putting on all this pressure. Nowhere to go. Little give and go and stolen away by Webb. Beeler. He's taken down. It'll be a free kick, and I'm wondering if we're going to see a card here. Yes, we are. It was on Watanabe, I believe. Watanabe on the card. Headed out of bounds by Hespedales. Wagner. He's going all the way tonight. And so is Webb, who has the ball now. '64th minute, it's Atlantic City 3-2. Gale collided with a player who was down. We're trying to identify him.
Number 7.
And we're told it was number 7, Morimoto. Webb literally running over a player, called for the foul. So it'll be a free kick for First State. Midfield possession again by First State. Maddock with the save. Cecanecchio has to bring it out. Relentless pressure in the defensive zone by First State. Cisse has a little room. Edwards. Gale going in on goal. Gale hit the post, crossbar. Oh, man. An outstanding give and go. Owen Edwards to Gale, and Gale hits the crossbar. We talked about he had the 2 assists last game. And again, a big save by Brandwein. Cecanecchio on the corner. Ball goes through everybody. By the way, I think that was Odemir on that shot for Atlantic City. So now a little bit of pressure by the Aces here. Beeler and Gale want to make it hard for the defense to get the ball out, but Bramween is just going to boot it out. They're not going to work it out. Webb on the header. Look at Beeler, the way he brought that ball down. That's an outstanding play. Edwards. Beeler trying to cut inside. And Beeler is called on the foul. That was an excellent defensive play by Sam Harrison that time. But Beeler and Edwards doing a nice job working the ball up there. Rouch. One thing that Atlantic City has been doing is Wagner will let the ball go out. They have not been giving number 8, Dudai Seke, as much room as we saw him have in half number 1. Maddock will make the big kick here. I think he's looking for Beeler right around midfield. And there is Beeler. It actually went over his head. Beeler wins the head ball. Odemir with a nice chest trap there. Kicks it back to Cisse. Again, those back passes, you've got to be careful. And the offside flag's up as they're saying, I think they're saying Gale was offside on that right side. 70th minute, 3-2, Atlantic City. Remember, First State needs 2 at least. A tie does First State no good. A win gets them in the playoffs. Wagner defending. Good work by First State. Watanabe. Maddock. And going in hard that time was Akamoto as he gets up. He has not stopped running all game. Of course, number 9 with the first goal for First State, which had tied the score at 1-1. Maddock. I think he's looking for Beeler again at midfield. And Beeler does go up for the ball. Chekanekio on the back pass. Gonzalez still in the game for Atlantic City. We have not seen him really get the rip a shot off with that rifle shot. McGuigan lets the ball go out. It'll be a goal kick for the Aces. So First State, especially early in this second half, was just simply dominating, getting corner after corner. Atlantic City has settled down a little bit. They go short to Wagner. Chekanekio, this is dangerous. Again, you've got to watch these back passes. And shot just wide. That was Watanabe that time. He has been dangerous. Number 15 has caused a lot of problems tonight for this Atlantic City defense. I know we've said it before, but the back passes are great, but it's not as easy to do, especially with the way First State is high pressing here tonight.
No, I'm just saying, I figured you made a mistake
Fujisawa makes the intercept there. Got Chakanekeo to beat. Watanabe. Way wide. Or excuse me, that was not. That was Morimoto. Shintaro Morimoto. He was one of the top offensive players for this team. Atlantic City's done a fairly good job containing him tonight. Maddock taking his time back there. And a substitution into the game, Tariq Nichols, number 12, into the contest for First State. Webb on the header. Wagner heads it again. Nichols just came in the game, crosses it. Cisse with the first block. Wagner with the second. Relentless pressure by First State. They were looking to go inside. Taseki. Good chest trap by Ryan Gale that time, and it's a possession. Can they keep it in? It's going to be tough. And unable to do so. Throw in the other way. Hespadalis. Boy, Tariq Nichols has come in and made an immediate impact for this team. There's an errant pass again. We talked about that. Shot! Maddock with the save! As Akamoto lined it up there, and Zach Maddock has been outstanding here in the second half. Akamoto with his hands on his head saying, what do I have to do to score? Akawa on the corner. And that ball just goes wide. Akamoto got up there, but they're saying it's going to be another corner kick. I think that's Watanabe on the far side making the corner. That one was short. Cleared away, but again, going from defense to offense, that's Maddox's ball. Big punt that time, but again, First State with possession. Good short passing by First State. Wagner, though, on the intercept. Wagner again! What a defensive play! Harrison kept it in. Boy, look at the pressure. It is relentless by First State. Nichols on the intercept. Trying to go back to Nichols. See if he can turn the corner. Wagner on the slide that time. That's an excellent defensive play. And here come the aces. They're going to Gale, but Brandwein read the ball and did a fine job coming off his line that quickly. Inside midfield, Chicanecchio. Odemir. And it'll be a trip. It'll be a free kick for Atlantic City. Chicanecchio will line it up on the far side. Webb coming in. One of the better players on this Atlantic City team in the air, so 22. Coming in on this free kick. Webb almost got it, but the ball cleared out. Wagner keeping it in. Ball got a little ahead of him on the dribble. And that's off Akamoto, who has been active all game. Edwards, it's bunched up, so he'll switch fields. Odemir almost got possession there right near the goal. But Akawa took it away. Nichols did a nice job that time. Wagner on the head ball. Close quarters. Edwards going back to Maddock. As we said, he's better kicking it off the ground. Look at that boot. But again, from defense to offense, and there's Cisse. Gale has two men to beat. And it'll be a throw for Atlantic City. Edwards on the throw. Gonzalez right next to him. I think he might be looking for... No, I thought he was looking for Gale, but no. Nichols. Boy, First State been so impressive going from offense to defense. Maddock off his line because they were trying to send Secchi in on goal. Or excuse me, Akamoto in on goal. Espadalis. Wagner kicks it out as Nichols applied the pressure. Hespadalis on the throw. First State wastes very little time. Maddock on the save that time. Point blank from Dudai Secchi. Dudai Secchi, I should say. Akawa on the corner. You know, Akamoto's not very big, but he's inside the goal there, and he fights as well as anybody for the ball. Maddock got a piece of it. Gonzalez on the clear. Look how far out of his goal Brandwein is playing. He knows his team not only needs an equalizer, but needs to take the lead. Player down. Oh. I think that is Morimoto, number 7. Hey, by the way, how about some sportsmanship that we're seeing? Yaya Cisse of Atlantic City is helping out Kinchin Akamoto, who looked like he had maybe a little bit of a cramp, and he was helping him out. That's good sportsmanship. Well, we've had no scoring here in the second half, but there have been plenty of chances. Morimoto gets a nice round of applause as he limps to the sideline and Maddock on the goal kick. Appeared in 13 games for Ursinus this past season. Playing in a very good soccer conference, the Centennial Conference. Gale almost got possession of that. Rouch, that's a dangerous pass. And I'll tell you what, Tariq Nichols, number 12, made a nice touch pass, just a little bit short. Player down, I believe that's Yaya Cisse. Cisse, a veteran of this Atlantic City club, but this is his first game of the season. In the past, he's played in the back, also in the midfield. And Yaya gets the nice round of applause. So in essence right now, Atlantic City a man down. As Cisse getting treated on the far sideline. Okawa. Nichols got his head on that ball. And we have a handball. Hespadalis there on the far side. Cisse back into the game now, so we're back at even strength. '87th minute, 3-2, Atlantic City trying to cling to this lead. Hespadalis on the head ball, but it went out of bounds. Edwards at midfield. That's off Nichols. Atlantic City again on the throw. Everyone's a little bunched up there. That ball was headed out by Fujisawa. Odemir looking to switch fields. McGuigan couldn't keep it in. Far side throw. Cisse on the back pass. Maddock doing a good job, and I thought he was going to one-time it, but he settled the ball, got the ball out. Nichols. Really been impressed with the energy that Nichols has brought to this team since he's come off the bench about 10 minutes ago. Good steal by Gonzalez. There's Nichols. He kept the ball in. Ball hit off Gonzalez. It'll be a throw. Leon George, number 29, into the game too for First State. And that went right by George. Passes it back. Blocked. Atlantic City trying to get it out. Pressure. And there's Gonzalez now. Goes to the outside. Edwards on the clear. George goes to the outside to Nichols. Nichols, I think he's looking to cross it to the left. No, he was looking to go down the right flank. Oh, great play by Gonzalez that time on the steal. Beeler. And winning that ball was Fujisawa. Wagner keeps the ball away from the ever-dangerous Dudai Seki. Or excuse me, that was Kinchin Akamoto, excuse me. Boy, what a game Akamoto has played. Besides the goal that he scored, he has just put constant pressure. Forced Maddock to make a couple of big saves. As we're now officially in stoppage time. Maddock, who with the way he's played in the second half has been one of the stars of the game, and Wagner, who's gone all the way tonight, has shown well in the back for Atlantic City. They'll probably look to switch fields here. Boy, Beeler has been really strong on the ball, 33 for Atlantic City. That's Bedalis. Webb heading it out. Here comes Cecanacchio to Gale. And cleared away by Rouch. Well, Ryan Gale runs as well without the ball to get open. Edwards on the throw, 92nd minute. Gonzalez. He goes back to Webb. There's a little bit of time. You don't want to mess around with the ball too much. Odemir. Cross inside, and that one's out. That was Beeler on that cross. Here comes First State. Rouch. Cisse on the intercept. Beeler looking to switch things. Odemir, who's been a strong second half, Chakanekio. That's excellent defense by Routes that time. Would not let him get by. Or excuse me, I think that was Harrison. Cisse on the clear. As Akamoto was looking to go in on goal that time. Akawa. Hespedalis. And another save. And that's the ball game. So Atlantic City ends its regular season with a 3-2 victory over First State, which gave it everything it had. So Atlantic City improves to 6-2-2. Even before tonight, it clinched first place in the Northeast Conference South Division. First State drops to 3-6-1, and with that loss, Kensington clinches second place in the Northeast South. So the playoff setup will be Kensington visiting Met Oval on Wednesday. FC Monmouth coming here to Atlantic City at 7:30 on Wednesday in the conference semifinal, Northeast Conference semifinal. Earlier this season, FC Monmouth scored a 2-1 win, scoring late in the game in the 88th minute to beat Atlantic City right here at Stockton. So the regular Wednesday night at Stockton, 7:30. FC Monmouth against Atlantic City FC. The 3-2 score. Drew Heil getting his first 2 goals in an Atlantic City FC uniform. Only his second game. Uche Wokacha, his third goal of the season in the 48th minute. And that was the game winner. So that's it. Here from Stockton, that final score once again, Atlantic City FC 3, First State 2. We'll see you Wednesday night right here at 7:30. This is Mark Narducci saying thanks so much for watching.